Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA, shooting with my friend Mitch from Kelly & Sons Crazy Painters. We'll get into it in a minute why Crazy Painters couldn't be more fitting of a name of what these guys do. This is even more different than what we've done before in the sense, Mitch, that I didn't know this was a car for you. For some reason, I assumed this was another build that you guys did for a client car.
No, it was mine, yeah.
Dude, you're loving life that this is yours to go roll around in?
Well, actually, it's mine for a year. I want somebody else to buy it after that.
I'm just gonna be the first one to tell you should go enjoy the hell out of this thing.
I
And then
have
when
been.
you sell it, sell it. Let's go into it. 57, right?
57, yeah.
Was it a clean 57 donor
All
car,
aftermarket.
It
This
was.
car has been
So
created
total
from
basket
scratch.
case.
Yeah, I have the trim that I've taken off a car that came from Minnesota. That is where the trim came from, but the car is all aftermarket, every bit of it.
So I gotta assume every body panel, every part of the car you've touched.
Yes.
I mean, it's because it's so flawless. Why don't we do this? Let's go through the mechanical because paint, body, all that stuff is gonna take more time. So let's pop the hood. God dang, is that beautiful, man?
So Pace Performance sent me this LSX B15. And you know, B15 is 15 pounds of boost. There's a B8 that's 8 pounds of boost. This motor's only at 8 pounds right now, and Jeremy at Tech, after he tuned it, he said, I don't know if I'd change the pulley. I might leave it because the thing's running so good. So we're guessing 673, but 559 to the rear wheel. You know, people talk about how much horsepower it makes, but when it's delivered correctly, this thing is unreal.
Wonderful.
This thing is scary, yeah.
I believe it. That's
Yeah.
my God.
I particularly like the blower cap. That's Boost District's cap. And
Yeah.
I think it gives it that NASCAR kind of feel like, holy shit, there's a real motor in this thing.
Oh boy, that's wonderful. That's
It's not this
such
old
a
style
departure
motor
from the
you know?
traditional.
Yes, exactly. I want to open the hood and say, oh, this guy's running a real motor. Yeah.
I'm literally totally blown away by this car right
I didn't
now.
even know you didn't ever saw in there.
I'm telling you, Mitch, when I know we're gonna shoot something,
You don't wanna know.
I can't fake this.
Oh, this is cool.
I just can't, dude. So
All right,
so I don't.
Tech's 105 throttle body. It's bigger. Okay, so it's delivering a lot more air. I think that's where that extra horsepower comes from because they're not supposed to make that much. You're doing too much.
Sorry.
I think we got an extra 40 horsepower just from that thing. I've got the air cleaner coming up in the fender. The air is fed from the vents right here in the headlight. Inside this fender is a giant filter. It can handle the amount of air pressure that we need for that thing. Literally, with a smaller filter on the throttle body, I watched the top of that blower sink in because it wasn't getting enough air.
Wow.
It was pulling that aluminum down. So you have to have enough air for these motors. So we got it hooked to a 6-speed Tremec.
Oh, nice.
Now, you know, I love the automatic transmissions like we had in the Camaro. That's really cool. But it's fun to be able to go through the gears, and you know, you can't leave it in second gear and get the revs up and hammer it because it wants to shift. But this thing you can. You get it nice and crispy second gear, then let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no feeling like that in the world. And I think that's what a 6-speed will do for you.
I love that you did that, dude.
Yeah.
I personally, in an enthusiast-based car,
Yeah.
I want to be rowing gears, dude.
Yep.
I just do. So what do you go to rear end on it?
Curry, 9-inch, with 377s.
Yeah.
Curry's my people's, so never gonna be anything else.
What are the three different, I mean, obviously radiator. What does each one go to?
You know, intercooler for a blower. Of
course.
Right? So this is the blower. Right here, the pump's in the fender. This one's the condenser for the AC, and that's the radiator.
Got it.
I put AC in everything because vintage they're so cool, and that they make a component for a 57. The little vents they provide are so badass.
So how about, I know you wouldn't do all this and not give it a solid suspension platform. I mean, what's
Roadster Shop. It's a no-brainer. you get a frame from them. They already have it set up. You set the car on there. You're done. It looks great.
How about braking? It looks,
Bare brakes, and they're gorgeous.
this car is so stunning. And I'm not a big Tri-5 guy, but this car, it's not even a Tri-5 for me. This is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. Wheels.
Budniks. Okay, you ready
Is it
for this?
one-off for the car?
Nope, they were brand new. They made for them last year. And when I saw that wheel, I just said, that's the wheel I gotta have. So I just go over there cold fish and go, I want these wheels.
You cold fish.
And they made those for me.
Oh, I just think they're beautiful. And then again, your color treatment that you gave it, it's so good. Because I know people are gonna wanna know sound-wise, header back to exhaust.
Oh, okay, so we got ultimate headers. And Jim over there, I think he makes just a really cool product. I love the way they're all welded together and everything is so sweet and nice. And check this out. Jim makes the header for the frame for Roadster Shop. They already make it.
So
I tell him what frame and here they come fit perfect. And then we got MagnaFlow behind that. Richard, he's awesome. I do the exhaust personally. I cut it and put it all together.
I was going to ask that
Yeah.
part. Yeah, so 3-inch?
Yeah, and I got an H pipe in the middle, and I got it tucked. I got an oval H pipe.
It kind of handles the mechanical, right?
Yeah, I think we got it all there.
Here's
Yeah.
why it's relevant that the name Crazy Painters. And you guys go back and look at the Chevelle we shot of theirs, but this is another one of your crazy fade paint jobs.
Okay, so the Chevelle wasn't my, yes, the
light to dark.
but it wasn't my car. That wasn't my car.
Yeah.
So when I was done painting that thing, I was in love with my own paint job. And I said,
But-
okay, on my car, I want the same thing, and all I'll do is flip it.
Explain, how many different changes do we see in shade going up the car?
So the Chevelle was a little funny because of the side of the body so flat. You know, it's not as intricate as this thing is. So we had about 14 color changes on the Chevelle, 8 on this one. 8 was all I needed. I was running out of space. It was fading. It was fine. The way that it's done on the bench. You hold the spray gun normally, but when you take that color that's on the bottom, you go to the bench, and we add a black and a raspberry to it to start darkening it up. We got to be careful not to turn it too brown because it'll be bricky, you know. It's got to be still that red, that meaner look. So as we add that raspberry and black, we just keep going about every 4 inches. Boom, boom, boom. Rolling up here on the top of the fender. Darkening all the way up. Keep adding it until we have this color. We're shooting this color. And as it rolls over, oh, by the way, everything's painted black first. Perfect black paint job. That has to be on that. So the black paint
base coat of the car?
it's a perfect black paint job, sanded, ready to go. So then as this stuff rolls over, we just kind of let it sit. So the mist of the last little color change is just kind of laying on it. Don't touch it. So now we're all set for the clear coat. Now here is the ugly. It's a urethane candy clear coat, and that's what's giving it the depth. When Sean looks at it, he goes, I just don't see other cars with the depth that yours has.
Right.
It's because we're using the urethane candy. If I screw that up, the whole paint job's ruined. You got to start over. That's the risk with this particular paint job. Since I've been doing it all my life, I make sure I come in here on a Sunday morning early. No one's here.
Yeah.
I put the fade on. You know, the door jambs are all getting done at the same time. That's a tough one too. The door jambs fade. All of it fades. Inside the trunk is fading. All of it is fading. So it's just a nutty deal.
How many hours in just, I'm not talking about body, I'm talking about
You're not gonna believe it.
It's time to shoot
I got in the
car.
morning, I was done by 11:30.
Same day.
Yes, Sunday, the whole paint job.
Let's be honest, bro. The fade paint, it could look pretty cheesy and chunky and messy.
Yeah.
It looks like we have the car lit from down here, and as it comes up here, the car darkens because the light's not
Everybody
hitting
on the
it up
internet wants to know what's that color. Well, I have to say there's 8 of them, but they don't know that.
here. Okay, back to the coat. And we've talked about paint enough.
Yeah.
Now I want to look at things that you've done to the body, like the obvious, what you did
I
with this.
am touching the only thing that didn't get modified. Here it
Good.
is. Yeah. I cut the pins off the top, make it a little stronger. But that's a hood ornament, not the hood.
Boy, but the subtlety of adding a spoiler on
Okay, this is the funnest thing I think that I did on the car. This is all metal. The whole thing's all metal. We welded everything all together. It's all one-piece metal bumper. Now, what's cool about that is, how am I gonna make that bumper? Okay, so Sean, I am not the guy that has the bead roll, the English hammer. That's not me, it's never gonna be me. That is the bottom of another 57 bumper cut off, flipped over and welded on. So that bumper is stock, but not.
This is seriously mad scientist shit
Yeah,
going on here.
so I trued everything perfect, put a nice line on everything, cut it, and welded it on there. And then I just brought the curve of the edge back up.
Dude, I love this splitter.
I got 3 more
across here.
57s to
You've
do.
given-
My little chin
Yeah,
splitter. You know what that is. That's just protection.
I'm geeking out hard on this car.
Yeah.
Way more than I expected.
Yeah.
And dude, like how I was looking at that because that's venting to your air filter,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, and that's stock. You know, a 57 Chevy, that's where you got your fresh air from.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's big old tubes that go underneath there that allow fresh air to go into the car in 1957. Well, I just used the whole area and I got it all closed off, so the air gets forced in there, it has to go in the filter. Okay, so the molding on the 57, it stops right here and just fades off. So this is all metal and we added it to the fender. 55 has a little flare at the bottom. I always loved that. So I thought I wanted to put the flare, but all I did was carry the line all the way to the rocker. This is the cap. You know how I cap
But then
everything?
you've added all that on,
Yes, that's all
right?
metal.
Yeah.
So I capped the bottom of the pinch roll, that little pinch area.
Yeah.
There's a cap that goes underneath there that has all this on it. It's all bent and ready to go. So that's all welded all the way across. Same thing back here. None of this is here. All this is metal now. Comes up, goes around. I brought this out about 1.5 inches and I flared this all the way to the back. It says, keep looking all the way to the bumper.
This door, something about this doesn't look stock from this whole.
Because there's no
section
wing
of the
window.
car. I honestly don't know these cars well enough, but something looked very.
We got to do it now.
Different.
Yeah. All right. So here's. Watch the whole top of the trim disappear. See it? Watch the top of the trim disappear.
Bro.
Okay, you ready?
Come on.
Okay, open the handle. Hold the door, push the button. Oh shit. Who's doing that? Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Because you wouldn't be able to open the door.
Same as all the cars that are made right now.
Come on,
Okay.
dude.
See,
Can I
watch.
shut this?
Watch. No, watch.
Yeah.
Inside handle does it too. Here's the fun part, all right? So we made Eddie Cotto, my buddy came over and made me one-piece windows, and I welded all the frames together and welded all the molding together. All of this is aftermarket. It's like I told you, the hood didn't get touched, but this is 2 pieces of molding. This is 2 pieces of molding. It's all put together and smoothed out, so we make it all the way up into here.
So all of this is
All
you guys
custom,
making
every bit of it.
Otherwise, we would have.
Yeah.
The thought alone to channel this and put the window up into here so the trim disappears, that's bitching. The added thought of I might want to open the door at some point. But
Somebody else might want to open the door.
Maybe a less experienced builder might not have thought of something like that and then gone like, oh wait, let me get in the car first and roll down the.
This is 2 giant pieces of metal bent. So I think I put a lot more strength in this roof line, all of this.
How much across here is added?
About that much, coming all the way to here. Yeah. And then for that, obviously on the windows, we're bringing the welding rod in to flush the windows out. Eddie had such an argument with me. Mitch, you got it perfect. Why do we got to put the trim? I like a little trim. It's a 57 Chevy. It's not a new Lexus. And then after he got it done, he's like, that's pretty good. You got any of that trim? I got a car next week. I might want to put some trim on. Yeah. I'm like, that a boy. That's what I'm talking about.
Have you done more body stuff back there?
Well, so the quarter panel, it's got all that added to it, right? And then all of this work up here is all metal and put on, because the 57 Chevy doesn't match. It doesn't do that, okay?
Right.
This is now all one piece. This has been welded here and smoothed out so it sits right over the brake light. Now the way that it works is I have a channel for nuts and bolts to come in. So I have a situation where you put it on, shove it forward, and they're all nutted. So they fit on there perfect, and then all of this is all dialed in so that it matches.
Boy, is the fitment just stunning on everything.
And then my latch sits in the back. There's a locating pin on a 57 that helps you latch it, and then you have giant pieces of rubber that hold it from moving all over the place. That's okay, but what I do is I have the double latch system that's here, okay? And then to keep it all nice and straight, little reinforcement so that trunk don't move all over.
Yeah.
When you grab a 57 trunk,
oh, does it?
oh my goodness, yeah,
Oh, really?
floats all over. Yeah, there's a big chunk of metal with a pin that comes
these,
down.
although it looks more,
They're
to be honest,
functional.
I thought it was decorative, dude.
And it is. Anything that I do is decorative, but it's a function. It's a function. It's a function.
I get it. I get it. I don't want to look at this yet. I want to get in your. I want to get in your.
It's kind of cool if I show you that. That's kind of neat.
All right, never mind. Let's start back here. We're gonna go. Usually I would jump to the interior, but you're right.
Everything's here. All the fuses, all the goodies. Got any problems? Yeah, I can get to it. It's not.
Boy, is that clean.
Yeah.
Where wiring is hidden oftentimes is a bit of a rat's nest.
Yes.
Like I've been under the dash of some cars where you go, oh my God, this is atrocious.
Yeah.
It's atrocious.
All the fuses, right here. We all right
For
here.
the whole car.
Yeah.
This isn't just audio we're looking at here.
No,
this
is the whole car.
God, this is so good. Oh my God.
So in the back bumper, I know you're going to ask about it real quick, but put your hands underneath it, all the way to there. That's all metal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I assumed it would.
Back bumper stops right here on a 57, right there. That's the stock one.
Oh really? It's just done. There's no.
That's what a 57 stops right there. Okay, so all that's added. Makes it a little stronger, I think. You get
like,
running.
what, 4 inches?
5. Yeah, I want to say something, but we're on camera.
I'm with you.
Okay, this is chopped and all brought back in so that we can get it tucked into here. 57 stick way out. And that was a lot of fun to get this line just right on the tail light. This trim right here, I got some serious hours in that trim.
Yeah. Most builders that I know, they have a project that's been lingering for 10 years because they're so busy building for other people that they never give themselves the gift of their own creation, and that it would have been really easy for your own car to shortcut and just go, let's just do a hot rodded 57, which would have been fine, dude. But this is every bit of representation of what Crazy
I gotta have the
Painters
fun.
are about.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, you guys, I love the fact that we've gone through all the body mods except for the simple fact that it's also a chop top.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Come
Yeah,
on!
I chopped it 1.5 inches.
Kidding me? I'm guessing 1.5 inches here and then less.
It just swoops in, you know.
So from stock height, it drops down?
When it's stock, it kind of sits like that, right? So when you chop it, the back end's fine.
God, it's funny, recently as we're leading up to SEMA, shooting some SEMA cars, you know, some cars that have been under build for quite a while. I get so excited about certain things that I forget partway through to even ask a question because I'm like, oh, over here, like that squirrel. Before we talked about your wheels, just because they're so stunning, and I forgot to even ask the wheel sizes, the tire sizes, what you're running.
So
are those real knockoffs?
No, but they look good. They look like they're real knockoffs. Even Chip asked, are those real knockoffs?
They sure do.
Which is kind of cool. On a 57 Chevy, it is actually very difficult to get a 19 in there. The way that it fits in there on the frame and turning wise, you pretty much got to stay with an 18 to get it right. So that's an 18. It's a 265/35 on that Toyo, the R888s. On the back, we can go big. That fender well's all cut out and it's huge. It's tubbed. So 325/20, 30.
All right, let's go check your interior, brother.
All right, you watch your head. It's chopped 1.5 inches.
I will.
Don't hit it.
I will.
Okay? Because that's all metal. It's not soft no more. You should light them all up because the dash is unreal.
Wait, what else? What else?
Light them all.
Hit them all?
Yep. Look at the dash. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Is that sexy?
Look at this car. This is so bitchin'.
Isn't it cool?
God, these seats are really nice.
Yes, they are.
What are these?
Audi. Maybe
Audi
Lexus.
seats.
Audi or Lexus.
You just gotta love it.
That's market elegance.
That's who did this interior.
He got the seats for me.
Boy,
this is his interior.
This is not my first time being in one of his interiors.
No, you were in the Chevelle. He did Chevelle too.
I see a lot of different interiors, and every once in a while one really stands out in a certain way to me. It seems like there's 6, 7, 8 names that I hear over and over and over.
Super good dude.
I mean, dude, you did Alcantara everywhere in here. And I know that carpet. That's that German square weave, right?
Yeah.
That's Porsche, basically.
Yeah. Casey, this is the one thing I let go. I don't tell him anything. Not one thing. And then he says, you can come down and see what I've got sketched out.
Fully design his own interior.
He says, I've got it sketched out. You want to see it? Absolutely not.
You just let him go.
When you're done.
God dang.
Yeah. That's how I feel about him. Yeah, it's the window. No, it's the handle. It's the handle to get out.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I thought I saw you grabbing that before for your window.
Yes, it makes the window go down from the inside. So you don't have to hit the switches. Feel like starting it?
Where's
Can
your
you start
switches for the windows?
Right there, right in front. You got all the buttons lit up? Put your foot on the brake.
Yeah.
Put your foot, bury the clutch all the way to the floor, hit the red button. First button on the blue panel on the inside turns it off. Up or left. There you go. Yeah. You hear that blower?
I sure did, yeah. And I'm guessing those are Dakota Digital.
You bet you they are.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Dude, the lighting.
Yeah.
This could look cheeseball like that, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Got that soft underlighting. Yeah. The line, bro, Mark
did it.
Job, dude.
Mark did it. It's in the trunk too.
Is it really?
Yeah, we got a little line of it in the trunk.
So I'm guessing these are back here in your trunk too. These
you want to see them?
Servicing panels of some sort?
No, there's storage. Here's the little battery thing just in case.
Come on, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And this is just a push button. And
spin it, pick it up.
God, that's clean.
And I can put anything I want on it. It's completely supported. What I've learned over the years is don't make it hard. Let's be able to get our hands on this. You know?
Man. Oh, I just noticed, by the way, your seats really are like fully adjustable.
They are. Real quick kicker, you know, they've been with me 20-something years. They make it so easy.
Kicker audio throughout.
Yep. Big old subwoofer. Right there? Big one.
And then, because I thought I saw it in here,
it's amp. Yeah, it's right there.
There's your kicker amp.
We got four speakers in there.
How cool that is.
Simple, too. Just simple.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, dude, let's do the camera part. Let's go for the drive part.
Okay.
And I know there will be more to talk about as we drive along, but we're going to go drive this thing, you guys.
Yeah.
Boy, I love where your clutch bites.
Good.
I love that you're not letting it out forever.
It's a serious adjustment to be able to do that. And you also need to know that the rules for the clutch, if it's too much, you're pushing the pedal too much,
Yeah.
you can blow it out.
Got it.
You can ruin it. So it only look at that. Look at that.
Matching paint.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. It's a hydraulic clutch. So if you're pushing too much, you can pull the whole thing out.
Got it. I love where it's grabbing at, man. That's nice.
Brake pedal all adjusted where, you know, a little so off the gas, you know.
Dude, I'm over here already smiling and I'm going 20 miles an hour or whatever I'm going.
Yeah.
Boy, the way this feels on
Does it
the
feel good?
road,
Yeah.
bro. God,
Smooth, huh?
we talked about this, dude.
We talked about building something to drive.
When something's this immaculate, this beautiful, the's that much time in paint, body, metal, all the elements that make it up. I don't always expect it to drive so nicely, but I see how you could get in this in, hey, you're going to show it in Pomona? Cool, well, let's drive it to Pomona, and then we'll do a wipe down and show it.
Yeah. When I finally decided to build my own car, it was because they would bring me these cars where the wheels were too big. Guess who does the alignment work?
Dude.
I do it. Yeah. You know how you do it? It's just two big long rods. You put them on the brake disc and align it. It's easy. The idea was that the car would have wheels that turn, that nothing rubs, everything runs right, you can drive it, you know.
How it feels on the road is spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on a typical Southern California, not great road, bumps, uneven pavement, cracks in the road.
Yeah.
Here's what I do with cars that are this good.
Yeah.
So now I start to nitpick. Like, let's say it was going to be my car.
Yeah.
I could drive this car all day, all weekend, all year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm reaching a little far for the shifter.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, boy. Wouldn't it be nice if it was back 6 inches? That would get in the way of the e-brake.
Yeah, no, I can help you with your thought. Yeah.
And then you got that available to you?
Yeah, it's there.
What did you say it's making?
559 to the rear wheel.
Boy, and it's right now, that supercharged.
Like I told you, Jeremy had it dialed in. He goes, I wouldn't do another thing. I know you can take it to 9 horsepower, 900, but this thing is spot on right now. It's running so good. He goes, leave it, Mitch, just leave it. Don't do what the other guys do. Leave it alone.
Wow, this is spectacular, bro.
The emergency brake, your little squeal, they're wearing in.
Is that what I'm hearing? The whine or
that little squeal is the emergency brake.
Whine?
Nope. I think it's emergency brake.
Got it. How many miles do you have on it so far?
4.
So you haven't even done any real shakedown driving at all.
Maybe a mile and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Usually I want to know a car's got a couple hundred miles on it.
Nope.
Want to make sure everything works.
Now it does have probably 45 minutes of dyno time. That's a lot of miles.
But not on the road running.
But I bet that's 15 miles or more. What do you think?
Yeah. Boy, the car just feels good. Your brakes are nice and they feel great. It is a powered brake?
Yeah.
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 It's not overly touchy though.
It's electronic. Yeah.
So, there was a couple things we talked about after cameras were done that we felt were necessary to talk about. One being, PPG's a sponsor of yours.
Yes, and I can't do it without their products. The way their products work for me and my knowledge of the product and the binders and the balancers and how everything works, they are my heroes as far as the company's concerned.
Yeah.
They also send me a whole lot of projects. For me, PPG is my #1 people. I actually call them my bosses.
Oh my God, what a wonderful car you built, brother.
Thanks, man.
Boy. Dude.
Clean.
Are you going to turn me into a Tri-5 guy?
This car will. Yeah.
It's funny, this thing's got all this power and I don't mind just cruising like this. Yeah, I wish some of these people weren't in our way, but so what? those up and you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Boy, the suspension just feels dialed on this thing. I know there was other stuff we mentioned off camera and I just can't think of what it is now because I'm so overwhelmed at driving this car right now.
Well, you know, we never even said anything about Eddie Motorsports. It's all over the car. Every hinge, door handles, it's all Eddie Motorsports.
And Eddie works directly with you for stuff.
Yeah. And if I tell them what I'm doing, they just send it. They don't need convincing anymore.
That's so neat.
Boost District is the blower. That
Yep.
guy, Rashawn, he helped me get that thing on there. And I think that way that cools, we're getting some more horsepower out of that. I think we got a combination. Because the motor's only supposed to make like, what, 615 or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, it's not supposed to make that much horsepower. So I think
And that's only at 8 pounds of boost, you said?
the throttle body and Rashawn's blower and the headers, you know, I think so.
Yeah. Man. I mean, that's like that much throttle.
You're
input,
starting,
dude.
you're trying.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's that much. That's
You're
that
trying.
much.
You're trying.
Oh, and that Tremec, the way it shifts, just the perfect buttery, articulate. Boy, with those 373s, you can really just take it up if you wanted to.
You know, it's a bit of a treat for me because I sit in that seat and I'm trying to listen to everything. And now I'm in this seat and I'm just listening to the car, the sounds of the car, the good sounds.
I mean, it's just wonderful. And I mean, look, your temps are like, you're great on temp, right?
Yeah.
Oil pressure, like everything's just.
I'm telling you, dude, I could paint them pretty, but now I want to build them to work.
You've been
they
doing
gotta
this.
work.
You've been doing this for a minute, haven't
They gotta
you?
run. They can't have a problem.
Yep. It's funny. Usually with that kind of power, you're like, I want to feel it. I want to feel it. I'm really enjoying just chilling and cruising in this car.
Yeah, look at that. Nice little knockdown shift there. Perfect.
Oh man.
It does that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
pretty.
Just a little poppy.
Just in case you were wondering if it could get pissed off, it can, right?
Oh, it does worse than that when I drive it. Yeah.
So that little sound I'm hearing echoing off the trucks, that's the e-brake
I think so.
holding a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's all the way down. I mean, yeah, it's definitely all the way down.
We are making some more noise. You hear that? A little more noise. Better pull over.
Yep, I'm with you.
The car making some kind of new sound?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it. What we're going to do is
Yeah.
skip on flybys and we're going to go straight back to the shop right now. Man, I can't tell you how much I loved the timing of how that played out as we were finishing up our rollers and going to go do flybys. We hear a noise. Chris hears a noise from the camera truck, and all they can figure out so far without really taking some time and digging in is that it sounds like there's something going on with the supercharger on the car. This again echoes my belief and what I've experienced with custom builds over and over is that no matter how well they're built, there might be small little things that are found along the way as the shakedown miles start to come into play. Talk about an extremely beautiful work of art 57 Chevy. Stunning, amazing car. I'm so glad we got to shoot with Mitch again. I really love what these guys do, and I genuinely hope you enjoyed the episode and this beautiful 57 Chevy, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, you guys, later.